Namaskar class 9. Today in the continuation of chapter number 2, we are going to discuss about the some separation techniques of mixtures. Okay, as we all know that mixtures are made up of two important components, first solute and another one is solvent. They both mix and form two different types of solutions, right? First is homogeneous, another one is heterogeneous. So we will have some different types of techniques to separate these mixtures, okay, these components from the mixtures. So homogeneous, heterogeneous, they can be separated by the physical methods or chemical methods. We have a different types of methods like chromatography method, flotation method, okay, evaporation, there are filtration, decantation, sedimentation, centrifugation. So there are different types of methods. According to our syllabus, we will have 4-5 techniques. So first technique is evaporation. The first process which we are going to discuss, that is evaporation. So the main aim is we need to obtain the colored component that is called dye from the ink. Ink can be blue and black. See children, here we are taking ink which is water soluble. Okay, water soluble ink we have to take. It means this ink is soluble in water. So for example, common penning ink. Okay, so see the diagram here. We have to take a beaker filled with water, and above this beaker we have to place a watch glass in which we have to take ink. Okay, ink can be blue or black, right? Now we have to heat the mixture and then observe the following things. We need to heat the mixture. The important condition is the evaporation has to take place. Okay, then we stop heating once the vapor start forming. Now heat the ink as the evaporation goes on. After some time we will get a result. Result is ink is a mixture of a dye. We can separate volatile, that is known as solvent, components from its non-volatile solutes by the process called evaporation. So here simple process we are observing, that is known as evaporation, and through the giving heat to the mixture, that is ink. Okay, ink is a mixture of dye and water. Dye in water. So water here is a solvent and ink is a what? Solute. So I am focusing on the ink part, not this water. I am talking about this mixture. This is the mixture. Ink is a mixture of dye in water. Okay, so make sure I am not talking about this water. So the simple process evaporation takes place and volatile solvent evaporates from the non-volatile solvent. Okay. Now what is dye? Dye actually a colored substance, okay, which used to color the substances. We will have food dye, food color dye, or synthetic dye, so many dyes. For example, haldi, turmeric is a natural dye. Okay, the pigments, the color of the flower, they are natural dyes, right? Now dye is a colored substance. They absorb wavelengths of visible light. I hope you know what is visible light. Visible light is a spectrum band from 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer through which we can see the things and which forms the rainbow. It contains 7 colors of rainbow. Okay, so these colored solution substances, they absorb the wavelength from the visible light which shows colors, and dyes are generally soluble in water. Maximum dyes are soluble in water because we know that water is a universal solvent, right? Now for example, we have acid dyes, basic dyes, sulfur dyes, food dyes. For example, indigo dye. Indigo dye we used to color give the color blue to different substances. Now here I use a term volatile. I hope you understand, but the definition is a material quality. It is a material quality or substance quality to become vaporized, and means how a substance convert into its gaseous form or the vapor form. Common example, isopropyl alcohol, iodine, HCl, hydrochloric acid. These substances are volatiles or convert from their liquid state or solid state directly to gaseous state very rapidly. Hence they are known as volatile substances. I hope this point is clear to everybody. So what is the result? We can easily separate the mixture components present in the mixture ink, that is dye and water. So this first process is clear. Let's move to the next techniques. The second technique we are going to discuss today is separation of cream from milk. Okay, a simple process, and the process name is centrifugation. Okay, as we all know that milk is a colloidal solution, right? I discussed this in our previous class. So milk is a suspension of tiny oil which is known as cream droplets in watery liquid, right? So through the process called centrifugation, we separate the milk from the skimmed milk. Okay, so first we need to see that milk has to put in a container and keep it in a centrifuge machine. Okay, and the machine has to turn on and it will start rotating or spun at a very high speed. Due to the high speed, the cream separate from the milk very easily. We do this process at our home also when we extract the butter from milk. Okay, cream from milk. Okay, what is the reason? You have to learn the reason. This is very important. Definitely in exam the reason and principle are going to be asked. So when spun takes place, the denser particles are forced to the bottom of light and the lighter particles stay at the top. We know that lighter particles are having more space, and due to the more space they get the higher place because they become light and start to float. Their density is light. Okay, if when their density is less, so they start to float on the surface. Hence the denser particle remain at the bottom and the lighter particle, which is cream or butter, it stays at the top. Now what is the use of this technique? This technique is widely used in the diagnosis labs for blood and urine samples, to find out some disease or something, and in washing machine to squeeze the water from the wet clothes. This is the use of the centrifugation process. Now the third technique we are going to discuss is separation of two immiscible liquids. First of all, I would like to discuss this point, immiscible term. See children, immiscible means which are not mixed, completely not mixed with each other. Any two or more substances present in a mixture which are not going to mix completely are known as immiscible liquids. Okay, so here state is liquid, means whatever component we are going to take in the mixture, they both are in one phase, that is liquid. They may be of different phases. Okay, it depends. So here in this technique you can see the diagram first. This apparatus is known as separating funnel. Okay, and this is a nozzle which regulates the flow of the component and the separation, and below this we place a beaker. Okay, now first here I am going to mix two liquids, two immiscible liquids. They are water in oil or kerosene, because they both are not dissolved in water. Oil, kerosene, fat, lipids, wax, they all are actually organic compounds, and organic compounds cannot dissolve in water. They should have some important facility or temperature, standard temperature, pressure, then only it may be possible, but at room temperature they cannot. So in water we are taking oil or kerosene for example, and the method is known as separating funnel technique. And in this separating funnel we need to keep or pour this mixture which is having oil in water. Okay, now leave this mixture undisturbed for some time, and then you will find that the two different layers will form which can be easily identified, and according to their densities these layers will form. So as we all know that water density is higher as compared to oil, kerosene, diesel, petrol. So oil start to float on the surface of the water, so it will form the upper layer, and beneath layer is water, because water is having higher density. Now under the control of nozzle we can separate the water from the oil layer. Okay, I hope this is clear. So what is the principle? Immiscible liquid separates out due to different densities in their particles. Here everything is based and depend upon the particles nature. What is the use of this technique? Generally we use to extract the important compounds from or elements, metals from their ores. For example, iron from its ore. Okay, so immiscible liquid, I hope the definition is clear. Two or more liquids when completely insoluble to each other. So these three techniques we discussed today. I hope this is very much clear. I will give you the photograph of it, and please do learn. Stay happy, be healthy, take care, bye bye.